Hello, precious people. I'm Jacqueline Parks. Welcome to my studio, Stampin' Turtles. And today we're going to use salt, a little bit of that ocean. So today, let's look at my desk. I'll show you. Let's get right to it. I don't know why there's a little white dot in my my tea. That's okay. Got it out. Let's make sure I can hear me. Hello, precious. Yay, I can hear me. So a lot of times I'm like a one-woman show, so I just have to double check. All right, so our paper does have kind of a smoother side than a rough side. I'm gonna use the rough side. Also, I wanna show you guys a couple different ideas for that salt that some people don't really know. They don't really know, but just regular table salt is fine. You know, Himalayan salt and all that, rock salt and stuff just is not necessary. Just use your regular table salt. Sorry, I was trying to get myself ready. And it's just hard sometimes. It's hard. It's hard to get going. So I'm going to open up my paints. I may end up using some different colors than normal. But I did want to give a shout out to, I don't know how to say her name. Is it Liesl, maybe? I don't know. I put it's in the description. So go show her some kindness today and say, oh, I just heard about your channel. And she did a whole thing on the dandelions, so they're really cool. And I think I might try and do that dandelion one. She ends up using some gouache paint at the end. I'll probably use a gel pen. So if you don't have a gel pen, these things are very good. Can you see that? Is it focus? And I get a 3-pack, so it has like a 5 and an 8 and a 10, and you can get that for $5. Like literally very cheap. I'm going to use several different brushes. So let's just get them all out. Don't know. Guess that's good. We might do some pencil. We'll see what's going to happen. Also, I want to show you guys. I didn't get to show you last week how I had some trading artwork with a friend on TikTok, and her name is Vicky Godwin. And she sent me real like 4x4 inch amazing paintings. So I want to show them here. But I also sent her just like little ACEO cards. They're only like 2 inches by 3 inches. And I sent her like 3 of them, and she sent me like 4 paintings, and I'm like, why? And a bookmark. So she's just ultra generous, so amazing. But I know a couple of my friends said they might stop in and say hi in the chat. You know, I always love it when people like and subscribe, of course. Give me some hearts that float up. I love that. I love seeing that. It just makes me happy. So right now I'm going to put a little bit of this Coastal Comb Bee Company Raw Honey into my tea. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've had a frog in my throat, and I don't know, it could be from the pollen, y'all. If you live in the South, there's a lot of pollen. It's like everywhere. Let me make sure this spoon is not yucky. Last time I stirred a bunch of dust into my tea. I don't want to drink dust. Dust is not fun. So let me just get this going real quick. Honey is like the best thing if you have allergies. Local honey to where you live. Don't be buying Costco honey and thinking it's local. It might be, I don't know, but I would buy from a local beekeeper. And so Coastal Comb is great for Baldwin County because it is from our pastor at Three Circle Church. Isn't that amazing? He's a beekeeper and a preacher. Okay, so that is stirred in, I think. And so I don't even have a picture to show you guys. Nothing. I have nothing to show you. So you're just gonna have to watch and see it emerge, which is always fun. It's kind of like a little unwrapping of a gift, right? So I don't know if you can see in my palette, I have used up all of this burnt sienna, burnt umber. Do I have some to squeeze back out? Let's hope. Let's hope. And I have this cute little cigar box that my friend Christy gave me so many years ago. And I just love organizing my, oh, there's raw sienna. I want burnt sienna. Burnt. Gotta be burnt. There's raw umber, but I like burnt umber. Do I even have burnt umber in here? May or may not. I have a studio that's only about burnt sienna. I have a couple burnt siennas. Nobody should be calling me right now. Sorry. Gotta decline. I will call you back in an hour. Sorry. Unless you're calling me to say nothing's working, then I should probably pay attention, right? Should probably pay attention. Ooh, Chinese white. Could use that if we want. Some of my, like these things are like 30 years old. They're like 30 years old. I don't think they go back. I guess I don't see a burnt umber. Why do I not have burnt umber in here? That's sad. That is so sad. I have purple. I don't even use purple. What's that? Alizarin crimson. Some more white. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't have burnt sienna. Well, I have burnt sienna. I just don't have burnt umber. That's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right. So let's see what we got. And I might use, so I have professional grade, smaller bottle, smaller tube, I mean. But one is like student grade and one is professional grade. I'm going to use professional grade because I like to paint with the professional. Let's see. Oh, look at all that. That's good. I do wish I had some burnt umber. Unfortunately, do not. That's something I've noticed. The pricing on watercolor paints is going up, y'all. It's like crazy. Crazy. All right. So what I like to do is do a little quick sketch. So she had like these little dandelions that she did. Okay. And that's like my very rudimentary, very lightly drawn dandelions. And I don't know if I should do it in different colors. Let's try it in different colors. So I'm just going to do the same thing on 3 of these. And you can batch. Maybe I'll do 3 in that one because it's a little bigger. Okay, so I just totally sketched a circle with a line. Circle with a line. Oval with a line. So nothing you can't do. Okay? Some people say they can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I say, are you really trying? Because a ruler is supposed to do the work. And look at that. I still have some semi-clean water in my little cup right there. So I do have, it's kind of green. I don't know. It's a greenish color. So let me see if we can zoom. Do we zoom? Let me see close up zoom. Zoom right there. So I'm just going to paint this very not clean water. Okay. It's very, but at least you can see where I'm painting clean water, right? Let's just go over the whole thing. The whole thing. You can almost leave it that color, but we're going to go in with this burnt, what is it? Burnt sienna? Yeah, burnt sienna. And I'm trying to be very loose with this, you guys. I want to show you, like, don't be so particular. Sometimes I see people, they're painting around like real tiny little, you don't need to do that. Just get the color out. Now I'm going to see if I can dig in there and get a little bit of that burnt sienna, or burnt umber, burnt sienna. I don't know which one is which. One is one and one is the other. So I have this going on. Okay. Now, do I need it to be darker? I think when you do the salt technique, it's nice to have it a little darker if you can. If you can't, it's okay. And normally people tape these things down, but I'm not too concerned with taping it down. And I'm telling you, I'm like, who's the Rachel Ray of watercolor? I'm like, it is like chaos and madness. So now let's just put that down for a second. And the salt technique takes a minute to figure out the stage, because if you don't do it just right, you will have issues. Now I'm going to concentrate a little bit of that ocean right where the dandelions are. A little bit of that ocean. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to let that rest. Now, usually it takes about 4 minutes for something to happen. So if you put it down and nothing is happening, it could just be you're impatient and needs to take a minute. It could also be you did it too soon or too late. Those are the options. It's taking a while, it's too soon or too late. I don't really see a whole lot happening. Which means, I don't know if I did it too late. Could have been too late. This is why we do 3. We're going to do 3 and see what happens. Okay? You hear my honey in there? My honey's so great. Now this is supposed to be clean, clear water, okay? It's no clean, right? It is very, very brown. But that's okay. We're going to just go ahead and go in this. And I have some, like, I don't know what those little things are. We're going to do some brown down here. This is my very first time trying that other artist technique and her with these colors. So it's not, I don't want you guys to be afraid to try things, okay? It's fine if it's not perfect. I may put a little Payne's Gray in this one because I like how Payne's Gray looks. And so I'm going to put some Payne's Gray because I want to. Because that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Okay, I don't even see my pencil lines in there no more, but what I'm going to do is very, very wet right now. Let me think. Let me wait. Let me let it do something first. Oh, I do see something happening. Let me see what happens. Oh yeah, look at that ocean. Look at some of that ocean. And that's maybe too wet. It might be too wet. I'm trying to wait. Sometimes 30 seconds is all it takes. 30 seconds. Let me see. I don't even know where I put my, there's where 1 is right here. So I'm going to concentrate some right there. And I'm going to concentrate some right there. I'm going to make it really, let that salt push things. I have almost a full house today. My 2 girls are here and my stepson's not, but he's supposed to be coming. He's got school and then he's going to come. So we're just letting this sit. Let's just let it sit. It may work, it may not. It may have been too wet. This one's doing something, but it may not have been dark enough. It may not be dramatic. So sometimes we got to be very bold, right, Jerry? If Jerry's watching. She's another friend of mine who we meet from TikTok, and we encourage each other and help each other be bold and try new techniques and new things. So let me get a sip of my honey. Very good. All right. Next, let me try instead of I don't know, instead of that burnt sienna, what if we did green? Do we get different results with different colors? I think so, but let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna put some sap green. I like sap green. I bought a big tube of sap green, and I think it was it 20 bucks or more? I can't remember now. It was a lot. So watercolor paint is no cheap. It's very expensive. Now I want you guys to see how much is flowing on here. Like it's pretty good. It's very shiny. That means it's very wet. I don't think it's very dark yet. So let me get another little bit of green on there, and I might put a little yellow ochre just for fun. And I just want you guys to see how much fun I'm having. Like, it's so fun. Maybe a little Payne's Gray to give some contrasting colors. A little bit more little agua, right? So that is looking like it's drying just a little bit too fast for me. So just add a little bit of water, more green, and a little bit of yellow ochre up here. Okay, so I feel like this will be good. So I'm trying to stick you down and put a little bit of ocean left-handed. Let's see what happens. Oh, I put a lot of that salt. Let me see. And put some right here, because there's 3. I'm going to put piles of salt in those 3 areas where the dandelion heads are. So, and the salt is supposed to push it away. All right, I'm already seeing better results with the second one than this one, if you've been watching. I like how that one's looking, because I did put some Payne's Gray. I think Payne's Gray works great. This one has burnt sienna and burnt umber, but I didn't go as dark as I could have. Probably could have went darker. And that's what we learned by doing. We learn by doing. I have not learned this by watching videos. I've learned this by actually doing. So if you guys have not been experimenting alongside with me during these videos, y'all need to. Now I know I've talked about the colors that I'm using today: sap green, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, burnt umber, Payne's Gray. This palette was from Hobby Lobby a million years ago, probably like 10, I don't even know. It is falling apart, but I love it because I've already used up all the colors and replaced them with the professional grade watercolor paints, all except for I don't think I ever used this up. But I've replaced almost every color in this palette. And the cool thing is that I now know where everything is on this palette, so it's very familiar to me. So I know when I'm dipping my brush in here, I know what blue it is. I may not know the names of these blues, but I know what the tone is. If it's cool, if it's warm, if it's this and that. I may do a whole workshop, y'all, if you want. If you want to do a workshop with me, like in person, live and in person. I'm liking the green. I think that's going to end up a very, very nice. I'm already seeing lots of little, you know, when you blow on the dandelions, you make a wish. It's a wish flower. So if you blow on the dandelions, all these little white things start flying away. That's what this salt technique is doing. Okay, I didn't get it very good. Let me just brush the salt over here. It's still really wet. Ooh, as I brush it off, it actually has some nice, I can see it a little better. So this might end up working. It's still really damp. I'm gonna let that dry. And this one, oh, it's so gorgeous, but still wet. So I'm gonna let it dry naturally. That's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love that one when it's done doing the process. And of course this green one. Look at that. It's doing so great. Already doing so great. While these are drying, do you guys want to see what my friend Vicky sent me? Because I think you guys will love it. Okay. You will love them. I might save my favorite for last. Let's see. So, she actually did send me this cute little, look at this bookmark. She watercolored. And it has a little case. I'm going to put this in my Bible. It's going to look cute. Looks a little tassel hanging out. She also sent me this magnet. I need to put it on my fridge. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Psalm 29:2. Love that. And so let's do them. So right here, we got a geometric shape, which I love. Very, very cool. And I love doing kind of a abstract mixed media. These flowers, just very gorgeous. Love them. Love them so much. And I did buy some frames at Michael's on sale. Buy one, get two free. So it's like getting 3 for the price of 1. So you just take whatever the price of 1 is, divide by 3, and that's really how much each one costs. I love this. The depth and the richness of the colors. Just love it. But this was my absolute favorite. Look at these flowers. I just love it. And the frames I bought have black mats, which I think will look good for sure with this flower. Flower one. I think all of them maybe. We'll have to see once I put them in the frames. But just love getting snail mail, y'all. Snail mail. Like, I bought some really cute little envelopes that are teal, so I can send out ACEOs. If anyone wants to trade little cards with me, little painting cards with me, let me know. Because, well, my friend Janice said she will trade. Because I would love to have one of her. She did some in gouache, which is really good. So normally when I do this salt technique, I'll be honest, we did it in January with a snow scene and like the trees. I do not think I have any. I don't think I have any here. Let me check real quick. Probably not. I think they're all at the studio. Oh well. Oh well, I think they're all at the studio, so I don't have any to show you here, but basically what I did was paint spray at the top and just left the bottom white and made some trees and the salt for the sky. So it looked like a starry sky, like all the little salt granules made like stars in the sky. So it was really cool. All right, look at this. This is not too bad. I'm gonna maybe start painting on that one. So I will push these just over because they need to keep processing. Salt doesn't take that long to start reacting, but it does take like 4 or 5 minutes. So as you guys are watching this, you can look at it. But now I'm going to take a smaller brush. So this is the part that's going to be like a little stem. And I'm going to just use some of that burnt sienna, mix it up on my palette. So burnt sienna. And if you like your browns to be almost black, add a little bit of Payne's Gray, and look what it does. It just darkens it ever so slightly, but it looks nice. So now I've got, and this is not a very thin consistency. This is actually not as watery as I could have it be. So I'm gonna dip in the water and get a little bit more runny. Because if you're painting and it's not flowing, you need more water. And it is watercolor. We need a watercolor. So I'm just gonna do a slight little stem. Yeah, it's so hard to make straight lines like these. And this is the center. This is the center. So I'm going to see where that's coming from. And I think I did not draw exactly to the center, or maybe I just misplaced the center. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's a little bit. I'll just change where I drew the line. You can't really see it that well. There we go. So now I got 2 lines going. You can already tell what it's looking like. So now I might darken some areas just with a little Payne's Gray right over the top. I just dipped it in the Payne's Gray and I'm just darkening a few areas. I might just darken a couple little areas down there. Just like that. And so I'm gonna rinse that brush and let that dry. And I have my white gel pen. This one's an 08. They do have a 10, which is even thicker. So the smaller the number, the smaller the tip. Hopefully this is going to make some marks. There we go. So you can do lines in this white gel pen. It's still kind of damp. I may have to wait. But that's going to look very nice and subtle. May even put some little dots back in there. Now, if you have white acrylic paint and a really thin brush, you can do the same thing and just paint it on there. White gel pens to me are the best. I like them. And it's a little still damp, I think, over here. Because if it's still wet, if your paper is still wet, it's not going to be doing much. It's almost like when you paint watercolor on top of damp paper or another color that's still wet on your paper, it's not going to be it's not going to be as dramatic. So sometimes it's best to just wait for everything to dry. But look at that. These are cute. I like them. I like it. And what's cool about something like this, see how there's all these little wispies in the back? You could enhance some of those with the gel pen. Just like maybe a couple of them. And they're almost like a V shape. I wouldn't make them all go the same direction, but definitely can make some of these go. And I know my paper's not flat. I haven't really been taping down anything lately. I don't know. I just like, I like it to be like this. Although I do like the little white outline around them. So I may do that again. I may start doing it again. But look at that. Just making a few little extra ones. Yes. That's looking really nice. Now this might be dry enough. Be careful having your paints right, you know, right here in painting, because it could get on your sleeve or your arm. So try and keep your paints either off to the left like this in paint, or put them over here like this one is to the right. Shouldn't put them right below, because then you'll get your sleeve in it. But I am liking this. Look at that. Now, it probably would have been more dramatic with a darker background, which is kind of what we did with this one. So I'll put this up there, and I might brush the salt off of this. It's still really wet, y'all. So I don't know if I want to smear anything. It's super wet in there. I almost feel like I could dry it now because it's done its reaction. So let me dry it real quick. And that's really all it takes. It's a quick little thing, and now I can brush that salt. Brush that salt. Look at that. Actually, that's pretty cool. Look at in there. Very nice. So again, with the smaller brush, we're gonna do that kind of darkish, dark brown with a little bit of Payne's gray. I don't even remember where the centers are. I think one there, one there. So we're gonna go nice and dark. And nice and dark. I went a little thick at the bottom there. We did palm trees yesterday. Maybe I can show you guys that. A photo of it. I don't know. It may not be on my computer. It's on my phone. I could probably pull it up on my phone. But they turned out really amazing. So we had fun just doing that. I want to put that center kind of is a little dark in there. Darker areas in there. So see how that's looking? Just makes that little nucleus a little bit dark so you can see it, but then the white around it. Now I can do my gel pen, which you can get a lot, see how I dried this and now it's going on a little bit better. But I'm just kind of going in a little like ray, and now I'm doing some more random ones. I'm not even looking at a photo of a dandelion, but I think this is kind of what they look like. You can put some little dots in there. I like doing the little white ones kind of flying away. Little white ones flying away. And they're like little bees. Look at that. So you may end up doing more of the white gel. It's really fun to do. You could almost get carried away, right? So that's one of them. Let's try this one. Do this one. So if you don't have a white gel pen, why not? Run to the store right now and go get you one. Because they're not that expensive, even with inflation. Well, I'm liking how this one looks. Yeah, I like that one. And we're going to put a couple little white guys down here. Little ones flying. Because there is pollen, basically, right? These little guys are like pollen. I like pollen. I don't know. When was the last time you guys made a wish with one of these wish flowers? Have you guys done that in a while? It's been a minute for me. But look at how pretty. I could turn these into little ACEOs. I could make small ones of these. That would be kind of cool. So far we got these two. Now let's see the green. The green actually looks pretty nice. I'm going to put you right there. Okay, so this green one, because right now my grass is very green, but some people still probably have brown patches from winter. This looks like it's going to be one. Look at how much I got on there, and it's just totally white. I was hoping it was going to be more up here, right? Didn't I do 3 right there? I don't know. We could do a whole field of these, but I got to dry it just a little bit. And I don't know if you noticed me drying on the back, it just kind of makes it curl back that way wherever the heat is. So sometimes when you just heat the front, it curls upward. So if you heat the back for a second, it'll curl back down. So that's just a little tip there. Now what color should I make the stems on these? Green? I think I'm gonna do green. So I'll zoom back out so you can watch me mix. So I get this sap green, and I was using it over here. And this has already got some paint that I mixed earlier, but I might add Payne's Gray into that green. And look at the pretty color that I'm getting. It's hard to tell what your monitor is showing. Your monitor might be different than my monitor. So what we're going to do now is the stems for these guys. So I see a stem that I drew right in here. He's going to go in front of that one. Right there. And there's one right there. And there's one right over here. And I don't know if that's where I drew the line before. This is why you do your pencil lines really light. If you do your pencil lines too dark, then you really are stuck with following them. So I got these 3 out in the front. That's why it's all rough. They are stuck on there, you guys. Sometimes you really gotta scrape that salt right off. No, is this sounding like ASMR, y'all? Or is it annoying? I don't know. I don't know what appeals. I guess different sounds appeal to different people. There, I think I got all the salt off. All right. So now I'm just going to add some little dots in here. This is like the center. There's going to be a few of these that have more. I mean, there could be some in the background, and that might be kind of fun to explore. I have salt all over my desk. You know what? I can't stand it. Let me get rid of it real quick. Let me get rid of it. I love this thing. It's a little vacuum for your desk. When you do a lot of erasing, you get all those little things that come off of your paper. You need that thing. So, all right, now I'm gonna just add clean water and dab. So I didn't even add more paint. I'm just dabbing clean water in there. I might do one up here. Look at that one. I might do one over here. Maybe one right here. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know if we're doing more, lots more, or a little bit more. So I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna rinse, add a little green, add a little bit of green, just a little bit. And I'm not really paying attention. I'm just going for it, y'all. Because that's what I do. I just let it do its thing. But I like that. That looks like it'll be fun. A little composition there. Ooh, I am kind of liking that one. Maybe I should have made that more of a daisy though. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe I should have had it be more of a daisy. But again, this is very simple, just your white gel pen now. And you can start wherever you want because this is dry. Well, the center's not dry. So look at that. I'm going to make one up here. And really the salt did the majority of the work. And that was why we did the salt technique on this. Actually my thumbnail is when I didn't have any of these to throw up there for a thumbnail. So I used my little snowy landscape that I did and made that the thumbnail. But really you can do this, you can do snow, you can do sky, you can do weeds in your lawn, because that's really what dandelions are. They're weeds. Weeds that you make a little wish on, which is kind of funny. Do you wish that you didn't have allergies? That's what I wish. I wish I didn't have no allergies. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I might add a couple more of these darker green lines again, because now that I made a couple in here, I might just real thin, like they're smaller ones. And don't know if I just ruined it. We'll see. But things that are closer to you usually are more defined. Things that are further back are definitely further away. So, but you can add a little bit of a shadow in there. That looks really nice. Look at that. I like that. That looks good. And then what I'll do is add a little bit of these little white guys that we did in the other ones. Just a little extra white in there. Make them like little V's. And really they could have like a dot of something at the bottom, because like usually those little seeds do have something when they start flying away. The seeds have like a little dark spot on them. And so if you don't have a pen like this, let me show you what I use. It's a white gel pen, and I love this one. It's got a little cap on the cap. I got them off Amazon. They're not expensive, but I could put a little black dot on the bottom of each of these little seeds flying away. And this is not waterproof. You do this one last. But you can add some dots in the center with it. If you don't like how it looks, you can always go back in with some water and dab it up. Oh my gosh, I really like that. Do you guys like that? That looks really pretty. I kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. And then this one, we'll revisit these two. Give them a little black dots. Little black dots at the tip. Little seed pods, just to make them look like they're being caught in the wind, y'all. Caught up in the wind. I might add a couple more little dots back in, just to make it look a little bit darker in the centers. And like on this one, what I might do is write my initials right here, JP, and I always put 2020, whatever year, 2026. So that looks really cute. I like it. And one more down in here. My little dots. My little dots flying. These little guys are flying in the wind. It's been windy, but I am loving that it's starting to be warm out. I know it's spring, but sometimes it feels like it's summertime in April, and I love that, to be honest with you. So sign this one as well. And see, I could get cute little frames for these guys. All right, sign it right there. I don't know where I want to sign these things. I already did the dots on this one though. This one, I really am liking the green. I don't know about you guys. Which one you like the best? Let's put a favorite of mine in the center. In the center. Look at them. Look at that little... This would be a good thumbnail. If I can change it after, I don't know. But I'll have to definitely put this on TikTok and share it, as well as my Instagram, Facebook, everywhere I am. Everywhere I am, I have to put it. But I do like it. What do you guys think? Is it good? It is good. And guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? Boom, boom, boom. It is 11. Almost 11. I know I started late, but we don't have to go late. We can end early. But you know, I like to do my But you know what? I did wake up at 6:54. Should we look that up? I also wanted to show you a picture on my phone, if I can show it to you real quick, of, so this was, can you see that? I don't know if that's good. Just show it real quick. So these were from yesterday's class. I think they both are amazing. Yes, one is mine. But I can't tell which one is mine because they're both so good. So yeah, that's definitely fun to paint palm trees. I probably told you this story before. When I was first learning how to paint with watercolor, and I was doing a tutorial, and I painted this beautiful sunset sky on the watercolor paper, and then I wanted to do a silhouette of a palm tree. So I painted the line, and I started painting all the little fronds on it, and when I looked at it, I was like, this looks like a firecracker. It does not look like a palm tree. And I was so frustrated, but you know what I ended up doing? I took like my largest brush, got it really wet, and I scrubbed the heck out of that palm tree and dabbed it with paper towels till it was gone. So basically erased it, and then I started over. And the second attempt was good, third attempt better, fourth attempt even better. Every time you do it, you get better at something. So always, always, always practice. But let's see what scripture we can find. So I did wake up at 6:54. Why? Why I wake up at 6:54? That seems like an odd time to wake up. This is John 6:54. You know, you can't always trust the chat, which I hate that you can't trust it. This is saying, I think I did wake up at this time before. We did this like a couple weeks ago. It's so crazy. Maybe it's something I need to focus on. God always brings it to mind when I need to focus on some scripture. But it says, whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day. I think it's pointing to the last day, y'all. Be ready. Be ready. Because I know it seems like we've been waiting a long time. Like if you're a believer in Christ, it feels like, if you're as old as me, it feels like you've been told the rapture's going to happen. Like all the time. Like for decades. And you think, well, what's different about now that we should be still watchful? Maybe we should just give up. Maybe we should point our finger at those who still believe and say, they keep believing in something that's never going to happen. That's called scoffing. You're scoffers if you're doing that. And that's actually one of the things Jesus said to look for is scoffers. So if there's scoffers, we're getting closer. I do believe, I do like this one that I just found on my, and this was from my friend Cindy. She's so precious. And it says my name. Like she had these printed out for everyone in our small group. And so it actually is like, it's so personal because it says my name. Even though the Bible doesn't say my name, but you know, the Lord has said my name. And he has said, Jacqueline. Call me Jacqueline. That's my name. So it says, Psalm 37:18. Day by day, I, the Lord, observe the good deeds done by godly people and give them eternal rewards. Eternal rewards. I have no idea what an eternal reward looks like. I think just being with Jesus is the eternal reward. And so today is Monday. It's the beginning of a week for us to start afresh. And what's going to happen this week, we don't know. So if you have a good attitude on Monday and maybe something happens, just keep focusing on those good vibes, good attitude, and just keep giving it to God if you're having a lot of struggles. I know I've had a few struggles lately. So, but I just keep giving it to God. He loves me. He loves you. And he knows what tomorrow's going to look like. So we already know we can trust him. He has our best interest at heart. And so that's it for today. I had a fun time painting these wonderful little dandelions with the salt technique for the watercoloring, and I just think they did turn out so great. I need to frame them now. I like how they look. If you didn't want to just use gel pen, you could use acrylic paint or acrylic gouache, like I have this little tube. But I think the gel pen works great. So I hope you guys give it a go. And I will see you all next week. I love you and I pray for you. Mwah.